as things were happening late there, a lot of things seemed to be going on. What was going through your mind, especially some of those calls late and then getting behind it and then coming up with the interception?
Just to stay calm, I have a short memory and, do what I can to help the team, put the game away.
Okay, back also for Trae, just what happened over here to your left? What happened on the last play there? Just how wild was that at the end?
We were playing thirds and stuff like that. Luckily, I was able to get a good read on the ball and make a play and, put this game away.
Some of you guys have talked to me about this, about the idea that this is an identity-forming game, and especially for the defense. You talk about what you guys were able to get done there in terms of that, in terms of imposing your will, especially early.
Obviously as a defense, we made a statement. Defense played, tremendous from start to finish, but I feel like as an offense, we did not play well, including me. Obviously the completion percentage has to be up. We got to execute the run game, got to execute the pass game, but I feel like as a, defensively we took like 10 steps forward. Offense, we kind of took a couple steps back, but that's why there's next week. That's why there's, the week to improve. And we'll get in the film room. We'll correct our errors. We'll execute a lot better and develop a better game plan for next week, and we'll be ready to move on.
One of the defensive guys.
Yeah, Nebraska definitely came out and challenged us. Mir, Coach Blaney, they all challenged that we couldn't stop the run, and we came out and we did that. So I'm proud of our defense. There's a bunch of sudden changes, and we did our job and we answered back.
Connor, you mentioned the offense not playing as well, but the second half play calling was not as aggressive as the first. How much did that lend to also not playing well, just the change in game calling?
Yeah, I think we laid off some of the passes in the pass game in the second half, but that doesn't give us, that's not an excuse for us not executing. We got to execute the run game. When someone's number's called, when it's power, when it's whatever, we got to execute. When it's, when my number's called, when we got to pass, and Keith Mumford's running a dig over the middle and he's wide open, I can't throw it at his feet. So collectively as an offense, no matter what, even if it was more conservative in the second half, we feel like we're good enough no matter what play we call, no matter if it's a pass or run, we should execute. And it was pretty unacceptable for how we played. But like I said, that's why there's next week. That's why we can watch the film, watch the tape, correct our errors, and use this as motivation for the remainder of the season and never want to perform like this ever again.
Marcus, can you talk a little bit about the guy you were playing against? I think it was 74, and I think they switched. That guy, I thought they switched to number 71, but just talk about what you saw on the film going into the game where you were able to kind of get the upper hand on him.
I don't really know what numbers they were. I go against both tackles, but on film, both tackles had heavy pads. They soft set it sometimes, and they had hard set sometimes too. Watched a lot of film this week. I think the whole D-line did, it definitely paid out.
Another one for Marcus over here. What was the biggest factor in shutting down Missoula today?
That all 11 people on the field did their job, and I think we came out and did that for sure.
For any of the players, did the fourth quarter make the win any less satisfying?
A win's a win no matter how you cut it. If it's pretty, if it's ugly. I think we're all pretty thankful to walk away from this game winners. But like I said, if it's a blowout, if it's a tight game, whatever, we were up early and then they came back. A win's a win, and they all count one, so this is one. So we're happy. We're gonna enjoy it for 24 hours, and then once it's over, we're on to our next opponent. So win's a win no matter how you cut it. Pretty sure all of us are happy that we won.
Connor, you talked about in the next game that you're going to make some changes. What would be some of those changes that you guys would make offensively?
I don't know. I think we'll have to watch film on who we're playing and know what kind of defense they're running. And then Coach Warner and the whole offensive staff will develop a game plan. So I don't know the answer to that right now.
other questions for the players? Got one right here in the back.
Yeah, for all four of you, there was 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties during the game. What did you guys do to sort of keep your composure during all of that? What did you guys talk about on the sidelines and on the field?
Basically, we were just trying to tell each other that we got to finish this game and continue to play hard and just negate all the little unsportsmanlike conduct and just continue to keep our heads and continue to keep our focus and know what at the end of the day our goal is.
Tony, Connor said you have to be happy with the win. I haven't seen one smile up there yet from anybody. What's the biggest disappointment? There we go. What's the biggest disappointment about this victory?
That we know we could have executed a little bit better in all 3 phases of the game. We knew we could have executed just a little bit better as far as a block here or a catch here or anything like that, a read here or something like that. And we just always know we shoot high, and we know that the sky's the limit for this offense and for this defense and for this team. And we're not satisfied with how we played throughout 4 quarters of this game. So, like he kind of keeps saying, we're going to go back and watch film, correct our mistakes, and try to come out there next week and have a good game plan.
Yeah, for any of you guys, when you look at it back on a game like this, are there lessons to be learned, things that you guys will talk about for the following week, based off of what you saw tonight?
I'd say if there's one thing, to not get too comfortable. Once you get a lead and stuff like that, you start to feel comfortable and you kind of let your guard down. I don't know about some of you guys, but I think that kind of happened with me a little bit. After Tony had that 1 touchdown, I was like, all right, this is pretty much in the bag, and they made a comeback. So a lesson to be learned for me as a player is to never be comfortable, to keep pounding up the points, and just go out there no matter what series it is. Every time you're out there on the field, just have that tenacity, have that that attitude that you got to put the ball in the end zone every single time.
Time for one more if you got it. All right, Coach D will be in next. Thanks, guys.